Hi everyone, this video is for our second year beekeepers, giving you some guidance of what you should be doing coming into your second year of beekeeping if your hives are overwintered. There's 4 stages in the year. First one is when it's not suitable to open your hive. Second one, when it's occasionally warm enough and suitable to open your hive. Third one is when it's mostly suitable and you could go in, but you have to be careful every once in a while while it's cold. And then of course there's the time in the middle of summertime when it's suitable any time to go in. We're in March. We happen to be in an extremely warm day. It's 70 plus degrees today, but tomorrow it's going to be 50, the next day the high of 40 something. So in the occasionally suitable, I still would not be opening hives. Now in the case of this hive, I happen to have a inner cover that's clear and I could pull it off, and I'll do that for you in a moment and show you what's inside. On an occasionally suitable day where it's warm enough to get a quick look, take the hive cover off, look into the hole, look and see where the bees are. Are they up inside? On these days where it's warm enough, you should be seeing them flying. And at the entrance, if you see pollen coming in, you know that the bees are building brood. That's a given sign. They're bringing in pollen to feed the young. And you really don't have to go down through the hive to tell anything else. Now, I would look to see if you have enough food. You usually can tell that, or if you've put food on, how much is left. And you'll see when I open this hive that I did put food on it. Checked it last week on an occasionally warm day and got some more food on it, and they're eating through it, I'm positive. Now, this time of year, I know that there's flowers out. I've seen snowdrops, crocus, skunk cabbage, and the buds are on the red maples, which means in a week or two, there'll be more than enough forage for them to sustain that you don't have to emergency feed. So we're in the occasional suitable area where you can take a look on warm days. Now, some people want to reverse their boxes. If the bees have moved up into the top box, then they would switch and put them down on the bottom board and take the empty box below and bring that up. I think it's still a little too cold for that. I don't want to break propolis seals because then the leaks go through. It's not the end of the world, but in my mind, I would wait a little longer. I don't think you have any risk at this time in New Jersey for this hive swarming. Swarm season starts in April to April 15th, and I think we're going to be okay. So just a quick heads up right now, good time to take a look in your hives. See what's going on. See if they're full of bees and how much food they have and all of that. Feed them if they need to be, don't let them starve. And then prepare for your first part of the year. I know it's super windy, there's probably a lot of wind noise, there's just not much I could do about that, sorry for that. Let's take a look inside this hive. I have this device sitting here, which is a screen board. It's really just a shim so that I can have space to put the food underneath. If I put this inner cover straight down on the hive, the food is going to push the inner cover up and it won't get a seal. So I just happen to have this shim sitting in here. That's why it looks kind of funny. But the bees cannot get through to the inner hole. So this is closed off. I didn't even have to smoke them. So if you look at what I could see, I see bees from here to here, which means I have about 5 frames of bees. Now this could be deceiving because they could be up high and there's not a lot of bees in there, or they could be all the way down to the bottom of the frames. You won't know until you put frames. Now I could see that they're eating this food. There was about double the amount of this food, and I actually gave them a second helping. And if it gets warm enough in the next couple weeks, I have a couple spare frames of honey, and I'll just come in and pull these outside frames if they don't have honey in them and put them in here. So I'm content to leave this hive be and not do anything with it. If you look at your hive and you see it's really small, you might want to look at it and see if you can feed it and make sure that they have adequate stores. You should see a lot of flying these warm days. So there you go, that's what this hive looks like. Keep an eye on our channel. We'll be shooting a lot more videos given what's going on in the world to show our second year beekeepers what they should be doing to maintain their hives going into spring and to prevent swarming and to do the 3 key things you want to do. You either want to build this colony up for honey production, you want to build this colony up for making splits or divides, or maybe you want to prepare it for doing queen rearing. And we'll give you some information about at least 2 of those 3 things. Certainly how to prevent swarming and raise honey, and then also we'll talk about how to make splits. Okay, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see more of you soon.